Hi guys, today we're going to be doing a bit of a chatty get ready with me, which is not something that I do very often because honestly my life is just not really that exciting that I feel the need to really talk about it on the internet. But today I actually do have some stuff to talk about and I need to kind of get it off my chest because I've been gone for a little while and I just want to keep you guys updated on what's going on in my life right now. So I also want to test out some new products. I was so lucky to be sent a really cute package from a super small indie brand called Untitled Cosmetics. And they sent me one of their empty palettes with some of their new shimmer shadows inside of it. So I really want to test these out because they look beautiful. And they also sent me some highlighters. So these are the three that they sent me and they're all kind of like duochrome with a white base and they look really, really pretty. So I do want to try these out. So I don't know how much I'm really going to be talking about the products that I'm using in this video, except for if there's something that I want you to know about that I haven't maybe shown on my channel. So speaking of, I'm actually going to use a foundation that I got sent by Octoly. This is the Givenchy Teint Couture. I think that's how you say it. Couture? Either way. But this is the Teint Couture. Wow, I am so bad at speaking. I'm so sorry, Givenchy, if I am butchering this. You know what I mean. That's what the foundation is called. And this is a 24-hour wear satin finish full coverage and comfort foundation. And I could not agree more with all of those claims because that is exactly how I feel about this foundation. And I think the formula in this is absolutely beautiful. It is so pretty on the skin. It lasts for such a long time, but this is not my shade. I have used it many times and it works, like it's fine, but it's definitely not my shade. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on now. I need to just get my hair out of the way first. And I guess we can just kind of get into what's been going on. So if you have not been following me on Instagram or my community page here, basically my cat was an idiot and he swallowed a string and he had to have surgery, and I freaking love this cat so much that it's been such a hard week for me. Like I honestly thought that like he was done, like he wasn't going to make it, and I know that's ridiculous and it's probably just me over exaggerating and being super pessimistic and just, I don't know, I was in such a bad mindset for a couple of days, and it's one of those things where you don't realize how much you love something until, not it's gone, but you know what I mean? Like until you realize that you might never be able to spend time with that person or that thing ever again. Now I've been very lucky to never have any close relatives to me pass away or anything like that. I've never lost a loved one as a human being, so I've never really even been close to losing anyone. So this was like the closest experience that I've ever had to losing something that I really, really love, and it just really got me down. So it basically started last Friday, I think I said that, but I woke up on Friday morning and I walked out of the bedroom and I saw a pile of puke on the floor and I was like, you know what, cats puke, like it's probably nothing and it's gonna be fine, you know. And then I have my breakfast and I kind of like keep an eye on him and I see him just like hunched over and he's kind of like running around hiding and he's all like curled up in a ball, and then sometimes he started like licking his lips, and then after he did that he would try to throw up but nothing would come out, and I was like, maybe it's just a hairball, like maybe he'll be fine. So I delayed for another couple of hours and then like he just keeps looking very, very uncomfortable. So I take him to the vet around like 2 that day, and the vet's like, well, we're gonna have to take some x-rays and just like see what is going on. And they're like, just take the cat home, like he'll be fine for a couple of hours until we figure out what's happening. And so they call me back a few hours later and they're like, well, the x-rays show that he has some kind of an obstructive object, I think they called it, in his stomach, and they're gonna have to probably take a closer look at that, and they recommended that we took him in for the night and that he could stay there just in case there was something, you know, very bad in there that happened and that they needed to do surgery immediately. So we took him back in, and that night, knowing that after they said that there was something in his stomach and that he would need surgery and I didn't know what was going to happen, that night I literally just cried and cried and cried and cried, and I couldn't stop crying. Like I don't think I've ever cried that much ever in my life. I'm sure my husband thought I was absolutely ridiculous and he kept telling me like, it's gonna be fine, it's gonna be fine. I'm like, what if it isn't, you know, like you never know. So I don't know, that night was really hard for me, and then the next morning was probably even worse because they called us back and they said that they did an ultrasound and it turned out that he had, you know, something in his stomach, and they needed to do surgery as soon as possible. So they took him into the surgery room, and just waiting for the surgery to be over was so hard and they ended up calling us back in the middle of the surgery, and they were like, well, it looks like he has some kind of a string in his intestines, and we're gonna try to pull it into his stomach, massage it into his stomach, so that they didn't have to cut his intestines open. And I was just like, oh my god, like that is terrible. And they said that they would probably be able to get it up through his stomach, and that it would make for a easier recovery for him. And that is what they ended up doing, and they called us back like 30 minutes later and said that the surgery went fine and they were able to get it out. And I was just, I mean, I was relieved, but at the same time, I was still just so worried. Like, that was a freaking big surgery for a small cat. Like, our cat is like 8 pounds and he's 2 years old, so I don't know. It's just been really hard. I know it probably sounds like overly dramatic, but I just love that cat so much. Like, he is literally my whole life, and I don't know, I just spent every single day with him, and it was so hard to just not have him around because everything in the house just kind of reminded me of him. Even like small noises that happened reminded me of him. And I'm so used to just always having him there, you know, like even when I use the bathroom in the morning, he's always there. When I'm sitting on my desk editing or I'm doing anything, I'm making food, like he's always there. So just doing your normal like everyday stuff was just so hard. And I literally, I've never been in a mindset where I haven't cared about the things that I'm passionate about, and honestly that's how I felt the last week or so. Like, I've just not been able to really focus on makeup. I haven't cared about makeup. I haven't even really watched a lot of YouTube videos, which is so unlike me because usually that is all I want to do. I just want to watch YouTube, and I started watching like Netflix shows and stuff, and I never do that, and I don't even know why. I don't know, I guess I just needed to get away from the whole makeup, and like, I don't know, I needed something else to think about because I guess makeup just wasn't doing it for me anymore. So also obviously I wasn't wearing makeup because I was just bawling my eyes out for the 3 days that he was gone. And even then when he came back, like I was so scared because I don't know, it's scary to have to take care of someone who's just gone through like such a major surgery, and I felt a lot safer having him at the vet and not having him at home because I knew that they would know how to take care of him a lot better than, you know, me obviously, but of course they thought he was fine since they sent him home. So yeah, that's kind of what's been going on, and like he's doing so much better now. He is, I feel like today, this morning, he's actually been like back to himself, and he's back to making his little meow sounds, and he's being all cute and cuddly. And I'm still just so worried about them though, obviously. Like even last night I was laying in bed and I heard a sound, and I almost thought that it was the sound of him throwing up because now I'm so scared of him ever throwing up again because I feel like, you know, it could be like the same thing. I actually got a picture of the string that he ended up swallowing. I'll put it up on the screen for you. But I think it was like 9 inches or something of just a giant string. We don't even know where the string came from. I feel like it was probably, I don't even know, maybe from like a hoodie or something that we had pulled out. I don't even know, maybe like sweatpants. I really have no idea, but I mean, thank God that he was able to actually swallow the string and he didn't choke on it, because obviously it happened at night while we were sleeping, so we didn't like get to see it. And I had a lot of you say that cats just do this, like once they start chewing on something or eating something, like they have to keep going until there is nothing left, which is why strings and stuff like that are so dangerous for cats, because they can't like pull it back out, so they have to just keep swallowing it until it's gone. I can't even imagine. Like, I keep playing it in my head over and over and over what it would be like to be him having a string stuck in his throat and trying to swallow it, and it just gives me nightmares, honestly. Like, I feel so bad for that cat. I don't even know what I would do to myself if I lost him, because he's just my life. I don't know, I feel like I'm being a little bit dramatic right now, but I don't know. Cat just means so much to me. Like, we do everything together, I feel like, and he sleeps with me at night, he spoons with me every single night, and he is just the cutest thing in the whole entire world. So I'm just happy that he is like back to himself again. He's eating again, he's pooping again, he's doing what cats are supposed to be doing, but he still has like 10 stitches on his stomach, and they're not, I mean, they're looking good for like, you know, being stitches, but I still look at them and I just go, oh, you poor little thing, you know, like I feel so bad for him. So I think that's what I wanted to say about the cat, but that's basically why I haven't been around, because I haven't wanted to leave his side at all. Like, I've not been able to even think about filming, and I haven't been wanting to wear makeup because I've just been in such a bad mindset and crying so much, and I I don't want to come off on camera as someone who is forcing themselves to film through hard times. Do you know what I mean? Like, I want makeup to be fun. I don't want this to feel like something that I have to do. So basically that's why I didn't want to film, because I knew myself and I knew that I didn't want to, you know, just like portray bad energy to you guys, because that is not what I want my channel to be about. I want you guys to come to my channel and be like, this is a safe space where if you are having a bad day, I will help cheer you up. I will be entertainment for you. I don't want to bring all my negativity into my videos. That is just not what my channel is about. So now you know why I haven't been posting, and hopefully everything is going to go well with the cat. Hopefully he'll be able to get his stitches out soon and he'll be okay. And yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna do my brows off camera because that is boring. And so I'm gonna use my e.l.f. Ultra Precise Brow Pencil. I have been loving this. I bought this the other day, not the other day, maybe like a week ago, but this thing is amazing. So I'm gonna do my brows real quick and then I will be right back. Okay, eyebrows are on. I'm actually going to spray my face with the Morphe setting spray because this foundation gets very, very matte, and I like matte, but I also don't want it to look like cakey, so I'm gonna spray some of this before I move on. Alright, so I'm gonna take my hair down because I always do that, and then I guess we'll go into the face makeup. So now that I'm done talking about my cat, what do I want to talk about next? So, okay, so maybe we'll talk a little bit about like the beauty community and like all the drama that's been going on, because there could not have been a better time for drama for my life, because that drama was honestly exactly what I needed when I was going through all that shit, because it really got my mind off of everything. So I guess on the bright side, drama ended up actually being a good thing for me, even though I feel like all of this shit is just getting so out of hand, and I feel like it's good that we're kind of shedding light on important subjects that maybe aren't talked about as much and kind of bringing that to the forefront, but at the same time, I don't think that the people involved should be getting like death threats and stuff just because of, you know, maybe something they said. And like, I just feel like everything has just gone a little bit too far with the whole thing, so I'm kind of glad that it's dying down. But I guess that's what happens when you're a public figure and you do something wrong, and then like you have millions and millions and millions of people hating you afterwards. So I don't know, I hope I never get to that point. I hope I never do anything stupid that will cause me to be in a scandal, but knowing myself, I probably will, because sometimes I don't have a filter, so I mean, I'm a pretty good person in general though, so I don't feel like I would ever get into like that kind of a drama, but I could definitely see myself being involved in some kind of a conflict of some sort. So I'm gonna use my Cover Effect Monochromatic Duo. I love this thing. I think this is so good. So I don't really know what else I would like to update you guys on. Actually, I have a fun meeting today. I'm actually meeting with someone from a brush company that reached out to me, and they said they had watched my best brushes for small and hooded eyes. I think I call that video. I made that in December. I'll link that up in the corner if you have not watched that, but they said that they had watched my video and they got really inspired and they thought it was super helpful, and that they created a set of brushes made out of goat hair that they wanted me to test out, and they thought I would really like them, and I'm super excited that they just randomly happened to be in Vegas this week. So I'm gonna go say hello to them later today. So that'll be like my first ever brand interaction like in real life. So that's kind of crazy, but I'm really excited, and I hope that the brushes end up being good, because I have really high expectations, you guys. Like, I don't want to name the name of the company right now, like if something kind of falls through and it doesn't happen, but I'm really excited because they look super nice and they look right up my alley. They are just prototypes though, so they haven't, you know, actually made them yet. Or they've made some, but they're still testing them out. They haven't finalized everything. So yeah, I'm super excited to go see what that is all about, because that is very cool that someone actually reached out to me because they had gotten inspired by a video that I made about brushes. Like, come on. And for blush today, I guess I will just use my Cover FX blush duo as well. I love both of these. I think they are so good. I just cannot stop using them. So I just want to say thank you so much to you guys for your sweet messages. I was updating on my community page and you guys made me feel so much better, and just, you know, sharing stories about stuff that has happened to your pets made me feel better about the situation as well. So just want to say thank you for that, even though it did make me really sad a lot of the time. And I just ended up crying even more than I had been, but you know, shit happens, and I'm just happy it's over and that, you know, Churro, our cat's doing better now. I don't want to say he's doing great. I mean, he's still obviously in some pain because it was a big surgery and it's going to take a little bit of time for him to recover. But, you know, for where he's at in his recovery right now, he's doing amazing. So I'm just so happy for him. I freaking love that cat so much, and he just makes me so happy every day. So, okay, let's get into some of these highlighters now. So which one do I want to use? So I think I'm going to go ahead and use this one right here, which is kind of like a, what even is this? Like a pink, I guess? Let's swatch this here. Yeah, so this is like a white kind of pinky highlighter. It's really pretty. I feel like it might be a bit too light for me though, but we're gonna try it anyway. And this one is called Crystal Castle. I'm using a bit of a fluffy brush here because I don't want to go in too hard. And that's very pretty. It is a little bit light maybe, but that's just because I have a bit of a tan right now. But I mean, that is pretty. It's very nice and wet looking. I actually really like the formula on this. I think this is beautiful. And just to finish off the face, I'm going to go ahead and take my Hourglass finishing powder and just buff that over my face a little bit here, just to make sure that everything is nice and smooth. Also, I feel like my skin is not looking the greatest right now because I've not been taking care of my skin lately. I've barely washed my face at all in the past week, honestly. I just have not been in the mood at all, so skincare is not my priority when I'm not feeling my best and I'm not in the best mood because I hate skincare. So I know that is a lot of people's form of like self-care, but that is not me at all. So my skin is probably not very happy right now. But let's get into the eye makeup now because that is the exciting part, isn't it? So maybe I should go grab some mattes. What do I want to use out of these? I kind of want to use the yellow. I actually definitely want to use the yellow. I kind of want to use some of these greens too. So maybe I'll go grab something that has some green mattes in it. Maybe I'll use something with purple. Purple and green? I feel like I just did that. I don't know. Let me go grab some mattes. Maybe I'll just pull out my singles and we can just play with singles today. That could be a good idea. And I need my soda even though it's like 10 in the morning, but... Okay, so I grabbed my singles and I actually store all of my singles in the same palette. This is one that I got sent by Untitled Cosmetics. And this palette is so awesome. So let me show you what this looks like. So basically it's like a two-sided thing here. So I have all of my shimmers on this side and all of my mattes on this side. I'm sorry about the reflection. And I actually have like two other shimmers that don't fit into this palette. But other than that, like these are all of my singles. And the other palette that I have is also actually from Annette. I have so many palettes right now, like MTZ palettes, which I think is awesome. But I've been using these lately because I really, really, really love them. Even has like a huge mirror in it here, and these are like the only two shadows that don't fit into the other one. It's just a gold and a silver, so I need to kind of move things around a little bit. I used to have them sorted by brands, but honestly it was too messy. Like I like being able to see everything all at once, and so this was just a better solution. But like I said, since I have like more shadows now than I can fit into here, I need to figure out a better system on how to store these. But let's go ahead and just prime here with my MAC paint pot like I always do. And I'll put up a swatch picture of all of the Turtle Cosmetics shadows on the screen because I did swatch them the other day when I received them. And I don't really feel like swatching them again because it just makes a mess. And I thought this would be a good way to, you know, try out a new brand and not make like a dedicated video to just shimmer shadows because it's tough to make a dedicated video on something that I can't make a complete look with. Also, I feel like I have dry shampoo in my hair right now. Last time what I did to fix that was I literally took an eyeshadow and I put some eyeshadow in my hair to kind of cover that up. So I'm going to take a little bit of this pink eyeshadow here and just see if I can make that go away. I guess my husband is heading out and he was worried that I would be mad about him leaving because no one's watching Churro now for the next 30 minutes. I'm such a crazy cat mom. Like I just want to know what he's doing at all times, and I have a hard, like even now, like it's hard for me to sit here and not know that I can look at him if something happens. But even if something happens, like what am I supposed to do? You know what I mean? Like 10 minutes here and there isn't going to make a difference probably. So I need to just like relax. He's a cat. He's going to do what he wants to do, and there's really nothing I can do about it, you know? I just gotta make sure that I keep an eye on him when I'm able to, and I can't let him rule my whole life and keep me from doing what I need to do, you know? But like I said, it's just hard when you love someone that much. So I'm thinking I kind of want to do a bit of a halo eye. So I'm first going to start off by taking this shadow by Clionadh, which is called Ice Algae. And this is one of the most beautiful matte shadows that I think I have in my collection. It is absolutely stunning. It also probably has the most kick up out of any shadow that I have in my collection, but I'm gonna go ahead and first put this into my crease. Not 100% sure where I'm going with this, but this shadow was just calling my name, and even though it doesn't really go with any of the shadows that I'm going to use on my lid, it'll be fine. We'll figure out a way. I really wanted to use this today. This could possibly be my single favorite eyeshadow that I have. I just think this color here is so unique, and it's just so bright and so beautiful. I love this. Oh, and I did end up ordering some of the multi-chromes that Clionadh came out with, and I don't think they've shipped, but I ended up getting the bundle of 6 of the multi-chromes. They were hella expensive. And I also ended up getting the, what were they called? They were like the topper shades, like the glittery topper shades. I'm not really sure, but I ended up getting like a bundle of 3 of those as well. So can't wait for those to get there, man. They look so beautiful. They're probably the release that I've been the most excited about this whole year, if I'm being honest, because they're so just different from anything else that I have in my collection, and I feel like they're really going to be unique to my collection. I can't wait to get them. I can't wait to use them to show you guys, because I feel like they're going to be absolutely beautiful. So I think this is looking good, and I want to use only these shadows for the halo part. I will say with this palette, like, this background is a little bit distracting. I wish it was just black. I mean, it looks cute when the shadows aren't in it, but I have a hard time like focusing on the shadows and not on the background. So just a little bit of a criticism, if you will. I wish it was black instead, or just a different color, because I feel like I can't see the shadows properly. But what do I want to do? So I feel like I should probably use some of the that could be pretty. Is this what I want to use? That's pretty. Maybe I'll use that as like my inner and outer corner, and then in the middle I will use the yellow possibly. I could also use this one. Ooh, that is a beautiful silver. Okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go into this shadow right here. Wait, this shadow right here, which is called Dreamcatcher. Picks up beautifully on my brush, which I find sometimes to be a problem with indie singles, at least with the shimmers. Some of them are just a little bit too creamy that they have a hard time picking up on a brush, but this one picks up beautifully. So I'm gonna put this on the inner and the outer part of my lid here. And like you saw, I did spray this because I want this to be very nice and foiled and intense. And it looks like it also got a little bit of glitter in it. It's absolutely beautiful. But it does make me wish that I'd gone in with maybe some glitter glue, because I find sometimes with shimmery shadows that have glitter particles in them, sometimes during the day, like, the glitter will kind of fall off your eye and end up on your face, and it's not the best look. But it might not happen with this, who knows. And if it does, it was my own fault for not realizing that this has glitter in it. And this is blending so beautifully into that crease shade as well. I love this. This is beautiful. I'm gonna do the same thing on the inner part of my eye here. Of course, leaving a bit of room just in my middle here for the halo part. Actually, I really like these two colors together. I think they look so pretty. Okay, so the question is, what do I want to do for the middle of my eye? I also have this shadow right here, which looks to be, ooh, that is really, really pretty. Do I want to use that in my inner corner though? What about this? These are so creamy, dude. I really like that. Wow. I mean, I swatched these on my arm, but maybe it's because of the studio lighting that these are looking so metallic. Maybe I'll put this in my... I'm so confused right now. Maybe this will go on my lid and this will go in my inner corner. So I think that is what I'm going to do. That shadow is so beautiful. So I'm first gonna go ahead and take Etta. I'm just going to put that in the middle of my lid here. That is absolutely stunning. Okay, so far I'm so much more impressed by these shadows than I was with the swatches. I mean, they swatched okay, but on the eyes they are so much prettier. Just fading this into the blue on both sides here. Alright, I think I'm gonna call that good now for the lid. So for my lower lash line, do I want to use another one of these shadows maybe? I don't really know how well these are going to go with the rest of the eye look though. Nah, I don't think I want to use a shimmer on my lower lash line. I'm gonna go in with some kind of a matte. What do I want to do with this? I'm kind of feeling like I want to do some kind of like a pastel, like purple or something like that. What about orange though? Like, what about this just for fun? Could that be something? Maybe that's what I'll do. This is 000 by Colourpop. I want to say this is one of their neon shadows. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to just blow this out on my lower lash line. So I actually kind of like the contrast of these two colors together. Just going to take a bit of a fluffier brush now and just work on blending this out. Also just going to take that first brush that I used with the transition shade and just blend a little bit more up here. So I think this is looking really pretty. I did want to put something in my inner corner though, so I'm going to go back to the Turtle Cosmetics shadows and I'm going to use the one called Ethereal. And I'm going to pop this in my inner corner. I'm not going to spray this because I don't want my inner corner to be super intense when I do halo eye. So I'm just going to put a little bit of that right in here. And this is a beautiful shadow too. I feel like this could even work as a face highlighter. And I think for my waterline, I'm going to use Crossed by Colourpop. This is spelled like C-R-S-S-D, but obviously it's pronounced Crossed, I assume. So I'm going to pop some of this in my waterline. Of course, I have black on it, so that's not ideal. So I'm going to pop some of this in here. And this really isn't like a neon yellow, it's just more of a pastel yellow, which I kind of like that, but I feel like it's a little bit deceptive because the pencil itself is like so neon, and then you see the liner and the waterline is like, don't really match. I am gonna just do my liner and mascara off camera because I'm not using anything new and it's just really boring, so I'll be right back. Okay, so the eyes are done. Now we are on to lips, and I think for lips I'm going to use a lip liner and a gloss, which I've been doing that a lot lately. So I'm going to use Dohi by Colourpop, which is kind of like a peachy orange, like a neon peach, I guess you could say. And then on top I'm going to use a Morphe gloss in the shade Frolic. I don't think I've ever used this one. So I'm going to pop these two on and see how that looks with the look. I feel like it's going to be okay with my hair, hopefully. So I really like the color of this lip liner. I feel like this is going to go nice with this gloss, so let's put this on now. So I guess that will be the end of this Get Ready With Me. I actually really like how this look turned out. I think that is really, really pretty. And I just want to say thank you so much to Turtle Cosmetics for sending out the eyeshadows to me because I think they're beautiful. They worked so well. Let me know if you guys want to see me use these more. I also do want to mention that they did send over some glitters to me as well. And this is what they look like. So I'm sure you all know I'm not really like super into glitters personally, but these look really nice. So if you want me to play with some of these, let me know and I can probably do so, even though glitters are so messy, but they're still so pretty. So yeah, I think that is going to sum up today's video. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope that you aren't sick of me talking about my cat, because I feel like I didn't do it justice in the beginning and telling you how much I really love that thing, but either way, what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go give him a hug, I'm going to hang out with him for a little bit, then I'm going to go edit this video, chill for a while, and then hopefully meet up with that guy with the brushes. I am so excited, I can't wait. So thank you so much to you guys for watching this video. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you want to see me do more kind of like full face get ready with me, let me know. I don't always have a lot to talk about, but if you like me doing stuff like this, let me know and I can probably do more of them. So yeah, that's going to sum up today's video. Thank you so much for watching. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. If you are new to my channel, I would love it if you would consider subscribing, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.